That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up, and back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes.
It was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle, and I saw it. But I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
Well, that'll do it. Diddy better start packing up because Usher is about to end him once and for all by exposing some of the darkest secrets about him. Word on the streets is that Usher is about to drop a lawsuit that's going to be crazier than Cassie's lawsuit, revealing how Diddy allegedly say him when he was a child living with Diddy. And listen, y'all, this drama is crazy because Usher came with receipts, and you won't believe the nasty things that Diddy allegedly did. Why are the streets saying? Diddy gave us your heart piece.
So what was in Kim's book? You want to hear it? Here it go. Now, I cannot confirm or deny what's in this book, but ain't nobody fit Natasha K. me. So in this book, it detailed his relationships with men, footage of those encounters. It had the names of the men he slept with, a disease. Allegedly, Diddy giving Usher a disease.
They'll better hop in because listen, it is giving Kardashian levels of drama. Actually, you know what? Scratch that, cuz the Kardashians wish they could get this type of drama cuz it just went from being crazy to downright criminal. Now, y'all know how people were dragging Cassie for settling with Diddy out of court, talking about how she was only after the money at the start and all that. Well, there was talk about how she was doing a victims a disservice and she should have stuck with the case until the end of the trial and blah, blah, blah. Well, as it turns out, she actually did a major service to the victims because more and more people are being bold about their claims and are coming out to expose Diddy for hurting them. And they're now fighting for justice. Oh, and Cassie had the chance to settle the lawsuit before she even filed because her lawyer revealed that Diddy tried to settle with her before she filed. Her lawyer revealed that she turned Diddy down, and she said Mr. Combs offered Miss Venture 8 figures to silence her and prevent the filing of this lawsuit. She rejected his efforts and decided to give a voice to all women who suffer in silence. Miss Venture should be applauded for her bravery. So even though Cassie ended up settling out of court, she still achieved the goal because Diddy was getting dragged for filth and is, but it doesn't just end on social media because there have been some new lawsuits filed against him and his businesses that Diddy is now quickly losing millions of dollars. Now, we thought that it was messed up before, but then Usher just stepped in the chat and listen when I tell you all the things that he had to say about Diddy. It's horrific, way worse than we thought it was going to be. But before we get into that, I got to talk about how a lot of people in the industry and in Diddy's circle allegedly saw Usher's lawsuit coming because they have been cleaning house and distancing themselves from him. Macy's announced that they were dropping his fast. He online saying, as a part of our ongoing review of our brand portfolio, the Sha Jong collection has started to FAS out of assortment since early fall 2023. Diddy's products are being removed and won't be available on the site. It's the course of business. Retail stores are always evaluating and deciding what's relevant to consumers. DEO, the company behind Sarah, even took him to court, saying the new public and disturbing accusations against him risk devastating and permanent damage to the tequila brand. And now, at the time, we thought he was going to get dropped, not just because of Cassie's lawsuit, but also because of their other lawsuits that were brought against him. In case you missed it, 2 other women came out to file lawsuits against him for allegedly S.A-ing them back in the 9 Swan. The woman is Joey Dickerson Neal, and she claimed that Diddy drugged her, say her, and recorded it without her knowledge when she was a college student in 1991. According to reports, the complaint of alleges Mr. Combs is intentionally Dr. Dickerson Neal, leaving her unable to stand or walk. The suit said she left her drink unattended with him at the restaurant, and afterward, under alleged pressure from Combs, she took a hit from a blunt. They then drove to a music studio, the suit stated, when Dickerson Neal couldn't exit the car. Combs allegedly took her to a place he was staying to say her. According to the filing, even worse, she revealed in the lawsuit that Diddy had made a video of him S.A-ing her, and he shared it around. D reports had it that days later, a male friend named Devontae Swing, a member of the Popular's 90 SR and B group Jeezy, revealed to Joey that he viewed an adult tape along with other people. According to the suit, Joey said Swing feared his band would lose its record deal if he spoke against Combs. She also released a statement saying, "I'm so thankful for the bravery of the other women that came forward, the Adult Survivors Act, which opened up the filing window to seek justice, and the unwavering support from men." Attorneys Dickerson Neal said in a statement Friday, "For 32 years, the only people I have been able to confide in were my close friends and therapists. I'm feeling as if the darkness has lifted, and I can freely move forward in achieving my full potential." The next woman to come out decided to stay anonymous, but she claimed that Diddy and singer Aaron Hall allegedly eased her and her friend back in the 90s. She claimed that she and her friend had met Diddy at an industry event hosted by RCA Records. He said that both men had been charming when they invited her and her friend to Aaron's apartment for an after-party. They didn't think anything of it, according to reports. While at Hall's apartment, Jane Doe was offered more drinks and was coerced into being intimate with Combs after Combs finished doing his business. Jane Doe laid in the bed, shocked and traumatized. While Jane Doe was trying to get dressed, Paul allegedly barged into the room, pinned her down, and forced Jane Doe to be intimate with him. But it was worse than that, because according to reports, Diddy and Aaron then took turns to say her friend at the time. It didn't end there, because days later, Combs went to the home where Jane Doe and her friend were staying, became irate, and allegedly choked Jane Doe until she passed out. Combs was allegedly looking for the friend because he feared she would tell the girl he was with at the time. Diddy denied this, and his lawyer said because of Mr. Coles's fame and success, he is an easy target for anonymous accusers who lie without conscience or consequence for financial benefit. The New York legislature surely did not intend or expect Adult Survivors Act to be exploited by scammers. The public should be skeptical and not rush to accept these bogus allegations, but after these lawsuits were required from Diddy, at first we thought that maybe, just maybe, the case was about to finally die down, but we were wrong on bad in, because the next thing we knew, sources started to reveal that Diddy was going to be banned from the Grammys next year. A report said several Academy officials are pushing to remove the billionaire superstar from the Grammy guest list. The formal invitations go out this month. There's conflict at the Academy, as several voting members do not think it would be appropriate to invite Diddy. Some, including several high-profile African-American members, fear that inviting him sends the wrong message to audiences and the charities it supports. Several publicists have asked that their artists aren't seated by him. It's a logistic nightmare. Yeah, and that was pretty bad. But the next thing that happened was absolutely shocking, because Diddy's brand Ravo TV announced that he was going to be stepping down. They released a statement that said Sean Combs has stepped down from his position as chairman of Revolt. While Mr. Combs has previously had no operational or day-to-day role in the business, this decision helps to ensure that Revolt remains steadfastly focused on our mission and to create meaningful content for the culture and amplify the voices of all Black people throughout this country and the African diaspora. They continue, our focus has always been one that reflects our commitment to the collective journey of Revolt, one that is not driven by any individual but by the shared efforts and values of our entire team on behalf of advancing, elevating, and championing our culture. And that continues. So, when I saw this, I immediately knew that something sinister was about to happen. I mean, things were starting to quiet down when Revo TV made their announcement. And I get other brands cutting him off, but his own brand that he built. Yeah. It was given that he was trying to separate himself from his brand so he didn't lose no money. And listen, was I right on that? Because word on the streets is that Usher is now threatening to follow a lawsuit against Diddy for allegedly S.A-ing him when he was just a teenager. Now, as bad as it sounds, this isn't exactly new, because rumors of Diddy S.A-ing Usher have been around for years. People have been saying for a long time that Usher was one of Diddy's first victims.